what they're feeling. It's really special, and we are listening to what they have to say. But we do have the Mavs and Clippers back in action tonight, and it's been a good one so far, guys. Kawhi's Clippers and Luka's Mavericks have gone back and forth, resulting in a 2-2 series tie. Luka is coming off his overtime buzzer beater, but teammate Kristaps Porzingis is questionable with a sore right knee for Game 5 tonight. Fox Bet does have the Clippers as 6.5-point favorites right now. So, Shannon, I start with you. Who you got? Who wins?
Man, I wish I had more information about Porzingis, Skip.
I'm going to say he plays.
You will say he plays?
Yep.
Because if he plays, I'm going to like the Mavericks. I really do, Skip, because for me, watching all these games, they have yet to show an ability to stop Luka. Skip, this notion, and it's hard for me, are you so bullheaded, you so stubborn? We're going to do what we do. Skip, get the ball out of his hands. You see what the Lakers are doing today? Skip, they're trapping that joke. They're picking him up at 94 feet. If he goes to a corner, they come in the trap. Be it AD, be it JaVale, be it Dwight, they're coming to pin him into the corner. They're getting the ball out of his hands, says, you know what? We're going to live with anybody else other than you, Luka. But for whatever reason, the Clippers are saying, we're going to switch everything. Well, Skip, if you switch everything, well, let me see. Kawhi's guarding me. Paul and Landry Shamet or Reggie Jackson are guards. Come here. The guy that's guarding Reggie Jackson, come here. Because I want Reggie Jackson here. I want Shamet here. I want JaMychal Green here. So, Skip, if you switching everything, you got to tell Paul George, you got to tell Kawhi, no, you got to fight over that. You got to fight over that. We don't want Shamet. We don't want Reggie Jackson trying to guard Luka. Because, first of all, Luka's just going to back him down. Luka's too big. They got to find a way to get the ball out of his hand. Luka's been special. He's on that cusp. You know, we're going to be starting to, he's the next guy, Skip, that's going to average a triple-double. It's inevitable. There's no way around, Skip. There's no way around it, Skip. He's going to be the next guy to average a triple-double. And moving forward, he's going to be in the MVP discussion for the next 5 to 10 years. That's how good he is. And I think they thought he was good, Skip. But you don't really know. Being good in the regular season and being good in the playoffs are two different things, Skip. And we've seen guys be great regular season, and then come playoff time, they can't bring that same intensity, that ferocity. Well, he might even be better in the playoffs than what he's been in the regular season. And consider he was 29-9-8. That was spectacular. He's 31-10-10. And he's missed what, 12, 14 minutes with that ankle injury. But, Skip, if they can't stop the conga line, because Luka, I thought it was a Saturday one time, Soul Train, they were coming down the line, just straight to the basket. I'm like, Doc, what you going to do about that? But you can see Doc is getting frustrated. Guys are getting frustrated because they seem to not have an answer to stop Luka and to stop those guys from getting to the basket.
By the way, I told you when the bubble first opened that Luka did great things to his upper body in the 5 months off, because he beefed up in the upper body. He was a skinny kid a year ago. Now he got his man body. Maybe it's just because he grew into it at 21. He turned 21, and all of a sudden he just sprouted, in his upper body. But he packs a wallop in the lane now. He's hard to deal with. He obviously is a very good, I might even go great below the rim rebounder. Because he'll get 15 like that. This is Rodman-esque. Because he's got basketball genius, so he can anticipate the carom, the ricochet, obviously, and get it before you do. But he's not going to out-jump you for it. But he will out-position you, and he will out-anticipate you, and then he will out-screen you with his considerable bulk in his upper body. And the point is, he's also a great below-the-rim lane scorer, because he has strength about him now where they can't just bully him and out-physical him and keep him out of the lane. They're having a hard time keeping him out of the lane. So I thank you for everything you just said. I thought that yesterday. This is all about swallowing your pride. You think you're a great defensive team, but he's better than your defensive team strategically right now, because you're just saying, we switch everything. We have 5 interchangeable cogs on defense. No, you don't. I'm sorry. Reggie Jackson and Kawhi are not interchangeable components. You can't do it. And they don't just switch, they surrender switch to me, where they don't even try to fight. They just surrender. Oh, we switch. So you can get a crack up top where Luka, again, he's not a good three-point shooter. Maybe he'll get better, but he made one, and that changed the series. It was going to be 3-1 or 2-2, and he made the one that made it 2-2.
Correct.
So the point is, when they surrender switch, it allows such space at the top that he can shoot a three or he can get up ahead of steam before the other defender gets in front of him. It's a bad idea. You have to fight over the pick. There was a time in this league when everybody fought over picks.
Oh, yeah,
this is a new strategy. This is like the new age.
Yeah.
Oh, just switch it all.
Oh, yeah.
Go under.
We're so versatile, Skip. We can switch everything. 1 through 5, we can switch it.
Okay. It's almost like a zone-ish kind of concept. But it's not going to work against that guy in this series because he's on fire. His confidence is building. Obviously, his ankle didn't slow him down the other day, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. And Kawhi Leonard can at least bother him. But Kawhi's, again, they are doubling Kawhi every time down when they just flip it to him over on the perimeter and say, you do it. And listen, the Clippers offense is starting to scare me because there's a whole lot of solo ball going on.
Well, Skip,
your turn, your turn, your turn. But is Lou going to do it or is Kawhi going to do it?
But here's the thing with Kawhi. If you put him on, say, Luka for 40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. But
how effective is his offensive game going to be? Because it's going to tire. That's an awful lot of work.
It's going to wear him down, and his knees are a little creaky, and he's going to have to sit in that chair like
if you had Paul George doing what you expected Paul George to do, now you can say, well, Kawhi, if you don't give us 34, you don't give us 30 to 40, we cool because PG going to pick up the slack.
Okay, so what did we see on Friday night? That was game 3. That's when they took a 2-1 edge, and it was a statement game, but unfortunately, there's a lot left in the series. It didn't end on Friday night.
Correct.
But the score was 130 to 122. It never was really close. And Luka sprained his ankle later in the game, but in the first 30 minutes of the game, he came back briefly to try to play and couldn't go. But he shot 4 of 14 and 1 of 6 from 3. So they were doing okay with him. And by the way, he shot 4 of 10 from the free throw line because he can struggle at the free throw line. So those numbers are not going to beat you. He was 13, 10, and 10, to your point, triple-double, but not excruciating. You know, like it's not going to kill you on that night.
Not like game 2, not like game 4.
No, it's not like those games. And Kawhi had 36, but they had 7 Clippers in double figures. Okay, that'll work because guess what our man George Paul was doing on that night? He shot 3 of 16 and 1 for 8 from 3, and it didn't matter. They could overcome it with strength in numbers, and they didn't let Luka go crazy on them, okay? So I'm going to see a game more like that tonight, a statement game. But again, what scares me about the Clippers, turn it on, turn it off. Are we there yet? All they seem to care about is matching up against the Lakers in the conference finals. Well, you got to get through these guys, and now it looks like you're going to have to get through Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And because what you do, Skip, when you play like they're playing, you give other teams hope. They're like, man, hold on. We're high seeding Luka. We beat Luka and them. We can play with this team. Let's just keep the game close early. Let's not just let them blow. But for whatever reason, the Mavericks, like, the Clippers get out to these big leads, and they don't care. Skip, they just will it down. They just keep their offense, and they...